everyone, welcome back to my channel, So Little Time, and my name is Karen. In today's vlog I'm going to be giving you a little sneak peek into my fabric stash, so if that's something that you're interested in and would like to have a look at, please stick around. To everybody who is watching today, and I hope you're all keeping really well. I know we are finding ourselves in a really strange situation right now, and that is one of the reasons obviously why I haven't been on your screens of late. It's just been so busy having the boys at home 24/7, and as wonderful as it is to spend quality time with them, it does bring another set of challenges all of its own. So we've been homeschooling during the week and having quite a structured day, and then just treating the weekends as per normal really, but spending time in the garden obviously because we can't go anywhere. So my weekly outing is to go and get the food shop every week, which isn't the most enjoyable experience at the moment, I have to say. Yeah, and the boys are just eating me out of house and home, so it's really quite a struggle. And I do hope you are all keeping as safe as possible. So today's vlog is something a little bit different, and it is just purely because I wanted to get some content up on the screens for you, just to show that I haven't vanished off the face of the earth. I do have some more vlogs planned. It's just finding the time to get those filmed at the moment. It's quite difficult. So I do think I'll have to do that on an evening, but sometimes when the evening comes around, all I want to do is either sit in front of the TV and just slouch there for a bit before bedtime, or do some sewing or play a game with my husband, you know. Yeah, vlogging's just not been up there as one of my priorities right now, but I do want to get more vlogs uploaded because I do miss it, and I do miss the communication with you all. So that is one thing, having an Instagram account, it is nice to be able to communicate through you on there. So today it's all about a new hashtag that's been created just for fun, and it's called Show Us Your Stash 2020. And basically this has been created by Dani from Pocket or Two in collaboration with Sian from Kittenish Behaviour. They both have YouTube vlogs and Instagram accounts, so I'll link all the details in the description box below for you. And they've come up with 8 questions for us to answer, and you can join in with this if you like as well. You don't have to be a sewing vlogger. You can do this on your Instagram account if you have one, or whatever social media you do use. It's just to pick out some fabrics out of your stash in answer to these questions. So I've done that, and I thought I'd just do this for fun. You know, so I hope you enjoy what you see. So first of all, the first question then is favourite fabric. So I went through my stash this morning to have a look through my fabrics just to see what my favourite one was, because there wasn't anything that initially came to my mind. And as soon as I saw this one in my stash, I thought, yes, this has got to be it. And it's not the most expensive fabric that I've got in my stash. It's actually one of my cheaper fabrics. So this is a crepe fabric, which has got some wool content in it, which gives it the lovely drape and weight that it's got. And I've used this fabric in the past for making the New Look 6446 jumpsuit, which is one of my most favourite makes that I've ever made, and I wore it loads last year, and it's going to get lots of wear again this year. It was probably when I showed that make on one of my vlogs, that was my most viewed vlog, and I think it was because of this jumpsuit that I'd made from this fabric, because it is quite a popular pattern in the sewing community. And this fabric is lovely. It's really lovely to work with, and like I say, it's got a good weight and drape to it because of the wool content in the crepe. It doesn't crease, so you can just shove it in the wash, no ironing or anything, and it washes really well and it wears really well. It's only £6 a metre, would you believe, from the Leicester Market, from Stuarts Fabric. Yeah, and I've bought some more recently just because when I saw it there, I thought, oh, I'll get some more in case I ever want to make that jumpsuit again, if I, you know, anything happens to the other one, that kind of thing. So that is my most favourite fabric, definitely. It was just easy to sew with as well, to be honest. Okay, so question 2 is my oldest fabric. So I had a look through because I have managed to go through quite a bit of my stash of late, and I think this must be my oldest piece, and it's actually a stretch cotton with a gingham pattern on it, very small check. And I got this from Stuarts Fabrics in Birmingham, and I've always had this set aside to make the Tilly and the Buttons Megan dress. I haven't got round to it as yet because I do think I probably need to make a toile of that dress, especially for the bodice, just to make sure I get the fit right. But that's what this fabric is basically lined up for. So yes, that's my oldest fabric. Question 3 is fabric that you're most scared to cut into. And you probably won't be surprised when I show you this one, but it's actually the boiled wool, the teal boiled wool that I got from Guthrie Ghani in Birmingham when I was at Sewn last year. And for obvious reasons, it's because it costs obviously a lot of money for boiled wool, especially this one. This is I think it's a Melton boiled wool, and this one is made in the UK, and it's just beautiful quality. It's the most expensive piece of fabric I've ever bought, so it's definitely an investment piece. And that is to make the Sew Over It Chloe coat. Now I was supposed to be starting that at the beginning of this year, but I've been procrastinating it, I have to say, to be honest, and for obvious reasons, scared to cut into that. So I have got some fabric to make a toile version of it, but it just went on the back burner a little bit because of the whole lockdown situation that we're in at the minute, and obviously we're going into summer, so I don't really feel that I need to make a coat, but that will get made definitely this year once I've done the toile. It's on my Make 9, so I would like to get that done. Okay, question 4. Fabric that you don't have a clue what to make with it. And it's this fabric, which I think I've shown you before and actually asked for advice of what to make with it. It's a viscose, I'm pretty sure. It's very, very lightweight. It's sheer, so you can see through it. It's got a lovely deep navy blue background with these lovely flowers on. And I do think that would make a lovely dress or something, but I just don't really know what to make with it. And I think obviously because it's quite sheer, it will need lining. So I mean, if you want to put suggestions forward to me, then please do so in the comments below. I think I'll keep hold of it for now, and then hopefully an idea will come to me at some point. But if not, it'll probably be one that I get rid of, maybe in a D-stash or something. And then fabric with a story. Well, I don't really have any fabrics that have a very interesting story. You know, I haven't really got anything that's been handed to me, or it's been in the family a long time, or anything like that. So what I thought I'd do was show you actually an outfit that was sent to me by Adelle from Button Pip, and she made this dress, which is unfinished, because it was part of the Hack Off series with Becky from Notes of a Sewing Room, and she basically made the tulip skirt from Sew Over It and then attached a bib at the top, and she has lined that as well in this lovely lining fabric, and it was a little bit tight for her. We are actually similar body measurements, and so she sent it to me because I admired it when she did the vlog, and said, you know, do you want it, and then finish it off. And I said, oh well, yes, I'd love to, but I haven't actually got round to doing anything with it at the moment. It is actually quite tight for me as well, so I need to make some alterations to it. I have already taken the pockets out because they were showing the lining of the pockets, because my hips are slightly bigger than Adelle's, but yes, I need to get round to doing that. But basically I have actually got some fabric which matches it exactly, so I'm going to be able to make alterations a little bit easier now I have that fabric. And that fabric was from a D-stash from Tamlyn of Sewn on the Tyne. So luckily they match perfectly, so I will be able to you know, do this dress some justice, because I would like to be able to fulfill the brief of getting it made into a dress, because Adelle sent it to me for that reason. So yeah, so that's what I want to do with that anyway. And so that is a little bit of a story, I suppose. Question 6, most precious fabric and why? Well, I don't really have, like I say, anything that's been handed down to me through family members, or anything that's like really precious to me, really. I mean, all my fabrics are relatively new, but I have got this fabric which I recently received. I actually won it on an Instagram giveaway. And it's absolutely gorgeous. It's quite a neutral colour palette, but I quite like that. I've not really got anything else like this in my stash. It's a cotton, but it has got a very slight bit of stretch in it, so I think it would make an absolutely gorgeous dress for wearing to a wedding. I mean, I've obviously not got any weddings planned for the immediate future, and I'm also at that stage in my life where we haven't been invited to a wedding for quite a while actually. But it was actually Helen from Stitch Rip Repeat who put my name down for this giveaway, so thank you, Helen. You know, I won, and I picked this fabric, and it was from a company called Selvedge and Bolts, and they were quite a new company to me. I don't know if they are a new company as such, but they were to me anyway. And yeah, the fabric is really good quality. So I've lined this up to make the Sew Over It Rosy dress. And I think that would make a really nice dress to wear to a wedding, or, you know, a garden party or something like that in the future. Can't wait for us to be able to all go back to socialising, I have to say. Okay, so question 7 is dream fabric, and again, I don't really have anything in my stash that is really dreamy or really stands out to me that is, I don't know, something that I really dreamed after, but I do think if I was to buy some fabric that would be quite dreamy, I think it would be the cotton and steel range, because I don't actually have any of that. I've never bought anything from cotton and steel before, and I think it is because obviously it's got quite a high price tag, and I don't work, so I don't have a lot of disposable money, and what allowance I do get on a monthly basis, I do try and sort of, you know, spread it out throughout the year for my sewing, because that's really all I do spend my money on, is running and sewing. Yeah, so I suppose, yeah, cotton and steel would be a nice dreamy fabric for me to purchase in the future. So I would want to have something specific in mind to make something with it. Wouldn't want it languishing in my stash for too long. You know, it's too nice to have it just sat there. Okay, so last question then, where do I keep my stash? So what I'll do for this question is I'm going to take the camera off its stand and I'll turn it around and show you where I actually keep it in my bedroom. I don't have a sewing room, so unfortunately I do have to keep getting everything out when I want to use it, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, I don't have a sewing room, unfortunately, so I'll show you where I keep all my fabric anyway. Okay, so we are actually in my bedroom anyway. As you can see, I've just had fabrics out all over the floor and stuff. So basically I keep quite a bit of my fabric in this plastic box here, and this plastic box gets kept in my wardrobe in the top, in this cupboard up here. So you can see the space there, that's where I usually keep it. So that's just basically my nice fabrics go in that box. And then in this side of the cupboard, I've got quite a lot of old curtains that people have handed to me, along with some old fabrics that people didn't want. So I use those for making toiles, just practicing fit of bodices and that kind of thing. And then those 2 bags, they're felt and old Christmas fabrics for when I make bunting and that kind of thing. So that's where the majority of my fabric does go. And then in the bottom of my wardrobe, it's quite crammed in here, I have to say. I do need to have another sort out. But in the bottom, I just keep, I've got some wool there that I'm going to make a snug with, but I've got some alterations to make. So this dress, it just needs a fix. There's a little bit of a hole in it. That's my Colette Monetta. This one's got, needs the hem. I'd like to put some bias binding on the hem. That's my Stevie dress. And then I've got some charity upcycles to do in there, and then there are some fixes that I need to do as well, for like my son's trousers got holes in, and then I keep my patterns in this bag here. That's my paper patterns, and these ones are my PDF patterns that I've printed out. And then this side I've just got some pillow inserts and some little bits and bobs that I've just made there, and then this is my old Singer machine. I absolutely love that. Yeah, and just a few bits of my haberdashery in here. So that's where I just keep a few little bits and bobs. Oh look, here's my jumpsuit. You can see that there. And a few other of my handmaids are in there, along with some ready to wears. And then I just open this other cupboard door to move the chair out of the way. Oh, and then here, some more of my handmaids along with ready to wears. But in this box down the bottom, I've got quite a stash of fabric in there, which is basically just leftover pieces from garments that I've made. But there's enough fabric in there to possibly make something else or use as pocket linings and that kind of thing. So there's quite a lot in there, along with some curtain tape and bits and bobs. So that's where I keep my stash, and I'll just show you over here. I've got a bag full of just cut off pieces, and the reason I've kept those is because I'm going to be making the closet case poof. And if I just show you under my bed, I've got this massive bolt here, if I can drag it out, of ticking fabric, and it was given to me by a friend. Her mum didn't want it anymore. I don't know what she was planning to make with it, but it came with a massive roll of curtain tape, so maybe some curtains. And I'm going to be using that to make the closet case poof, and also to make some cushions for outside, basically, for like picnic cushions, that type of thing. Yeah, so I didn't even have to pay for that. She just, you know, gave it me for free. It was lovely. And then the rest of my stash that I've got sporadically spread on my bed. So here I've got some, this is what I'm going to make the Sew Over It Chloe coat, the toile version. There's the lining, there's the stretch, the tailor's interfacing, and a few other sort of random fabrics. They have all been aligned up with patterns, apart from this stash here, which my friend kindly gave me, all of this fabric, and she had some sewing machines off me that I didn't want anymore, so I felt like I'd given something in return for this, which was nice. But yes, I do have plans for some of it, but other bits I'm not really sure what to do with. It might just be to make toiles of things. And then I've got a few bits here, this lovely velour that's from Minerva. I'm either going to make the Sew Over It Georgie dress with that. Georgie dress? Yeah, I think that's right. Or I'm going to make the Joni jumpsuit by Friday Pattern Company. And that's another one from Minerva, which actually was sent to me in error. I ordered a different one, but that came and I didn't send it back, so I don't really know what I'm going to do with that one. And then these ones are from Flamingo Fabrics, and they're definitely going to be summer dresses for sure. They just need iron, and I have washed them. Yeah, so basically that is my fabric stash. So I haven't got a massive selection, which I quite like, because otherwise I do get a bit overwhelmed with it all. Yeah, so that's just fine for me. So that is basically my patterns. That is basically my fabric stash. Okay, so that is my answers to all those questions, and that's the little bits of fabric that you've seen from my stash. And so I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please do give me a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it, and please hit that subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed to my channel, along with hitting that notification bell so you're notified when I do upload new content. So thank you very much for watching, and I hopefully will see you again soon. Bye!